Here we go. So in this series, this episode, the author, Tara, and her BFF Raven have now made up again. So thank God. Hopefully there'll be a bit more editing, because as atrocious as the editing was before, those last two chapters, pretty much just like text speak from 2005. Little difficult to read. So here we go. Thank God for Raven. Chapter 18. Author's note. I said stop flaming. If you do, then you're a fucking prep. Thanks to Raven for the help and stuff. You rock. And you're not a prep. Thanks for my sweater. P.S. The other reason Dumbledore swore is because he's trying to be gothic. So there. I woke up the next day in my coffin. I walked out of it and put on some black eyeliner, black eyeshadow, blood bed lipstick, and a black, really low-cut leather dress that was all ripped and in stripes so you could see my belly. I was wearing a skull belly ring with black and red diamonds inside it. The night before, Draco and I went back to the skull. Get it? Skull? 'Cause I'm gothic and I like death? I don't get it. Dumbledore chased Voldemort away. We flew there on our brooms. Mine was black and the broom stuff was blood red. There was lace all over it. Draco had a black MCR boom. We went back to our rooms and we had you-know-what to a Linkin Park song. So romantic. Well, anyway, I went down to the Great Hall. There, all the walls were painted black and the tables were black too. But you could see that there was pink paint underneath the black paint. I thought you hated pink. And there were posters of poser bands everywhere, like Ashley Simpson and the Backstreet Boys. Oh my God. WTF, I shouted, going to sit next to Bloody Mary and Willow. Bloody Mary was wearing a black leather mini with a Good Charlotte t-shirt, black fishnets, and black pointy boots. Willow was wearing blah, blah, blah. Vampire, Dracula, and Draco came. We started to talk about who was sexier, Mikey or Gerard Way or Billy Joe Armstrong. The boys joined in because they were bi. Those guys are so fucking hot, Navel was saying, as suddenly a gothic old man with a black beard and everything came. He was the same one who had chased away Voldemort yesterday. He had normal tan skin, but he was wearing white foundation, and he had dyed his hair black. Dumbledore! We all gasped. WTF! I shouted angrily. I thought he was just wearing that to scare Voldemort. Hello, everyone, he said happily. As you can see, I gave the room a makeover. What do you think about it? Everyone from the poser table in Gryffindor started to cheer. Well, we Goths just looked at each other, all disgusted, and shook our heads. We couldn't believe what a poser he was. BTW? You can call me Albert. He called as we left to our classes. What a fucking poser, Draco shouted angrily as we went to transformation. We were holding hands. Vampire looked really jealous. I could see him crying blood in a gothic way. Get it? A way like Gerard? That was an amazing pun. Way, Gerard, way. We laughed, we cried. We wish we could make up jokes such as these. But I didn't say anything. I bet he's having a midlife crisis, Willow shouted. I was so fucking angry. Chapter 19. I'm not okay, I promise. Author's note. Please stop flaming the story. If you do, you're a fucking prep and you're jealous, okay? And from now on, I'm going to delete your mean reviews. BTW Evandy a poor blood so dare. Thanks to Raven for the help. All day we sat angrily thinking about Dumbledore. We were so fucking pissed off. Well, I had one thing to look forward to. The MCR concert. It had been postponed, in fact, so we could all go. Anyway, I went to the common room sadly to cut classes. Draco was being all secretive. I asked what it was, and he got all mad at me and started crying, all hot and angsty. Right? Sensitive? Bye, guys. So hot. I wish I could cry, all hot and angsty. I feel like I'm missing something in my life. Okay, moving on. No one fucking understands me, he shouted angrily as his black hair went in his big blue eyes like Billy Joel in Boulevard of Broken Dreams. He was wearing black baggy pants. Oh, God. Blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry. The wit of this author just takes me by surprise sometimes. Okay. He was wearing black baggy pants, a black MCR t-shirt, and a black dye. Get it? Instead of tie? 'Cause I'm gothic? I was wearing a black leather low-cut top with chains all over it. A black leather mini. Black high-heeled boots and a crossbelly ring. My hair was all up in a messy, really high bun like Amy Lee in Gong Under. Email me if you want to see the pic. And I think we can remember from the first chapter that if you don't know who she is, then you should get the fuck out of here. Oh my god. Excuse me? What about me? I growled. But, he grunted. You fucking bastard, I moaned. Why? What? He was being secretive. No one understands me. What about me, you bastard? No, wait, it's not what it fucking looks like, he shouted. But it was too late. I knew what I heard. What? I ran to the bathroom angrily crying. Draco banged on the door. I whipped and wept as my bloody eyeliner streamed down my cheeks and made cool tears down my feces, like Benji in the video for girls and boys. Raven, that is so our video. I took out a cigarette and started to smoke pot. That's how that works. Suddenly, Hagrid came. He had appurated. You gave me a fucking shock, I shouted angrily, dropping my pot. WTF do you think you're doing in the girls' room? Only it wasn't Hagrid. Someone else was with him, too. For a second, I wanted it to be Tom Ridd or maybe Draco, but it was Dumbledore. Hey, I need to ask you a question, he said, pulling out his black wannabe gothic purse. What are you wearing to the concert? You know who MCR is? MCR, I guessed. No, I just saw there was a concert that a lot of goths and punks were going to, he said. Anyway, Draco has a surprise for you. Chapter 20. Author's note? I said, I don't care what you think. Stop flaming, okay, preps? Thanks to Raven for the help. Oh yeah, BTW, I'll be on vacation in Transylvania for the next 3 days, so don't expect updates. All day I wondered what the surprise was. Meanwhile, I put on a black leather mini, blah, 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 blah. MCR were going to do the concert again since Volksamort had taken over the last one. I slit my wrists while I moshed to MCR in my bedroom all night, feeling excited. Suddenly, someone knocked on the door while I was trying on some black clothes and moshing to Fang You for the Venom. I got all mad and turned it off, but sacredly, I hopped inside that it was Draco, so we could do it again. What the fucking hell are you doing? I shouted angrily. It was Lupin! Are you gonna come rape me or what? I yelled. I was allowed to say that because Dumbledore had told us all to be careful around him and Snap since he was a pedo. No, actually, act Shelley. Get it? Hell, act Shelley. Can I please borrow some condoms? He growled angrily. Can I please borrow some condoms? Yeah, so you can fuck your 6-year-old girlfriend, huh? I shouted sarcastically. Fucker, he said, going away. Well, anyway, I put on some black eyeshadow, black eyeliner, and some black lipstick and white foundation. Then I went. Then I gasped. Snake, and Lupin were in the middle of the empty hall doing it, and Dobby was watching. Oh my god, you ludicrous idiot! They both shouted angrily when they saw me. Dobby ran away crying. They got up though. Normally I would have been turned on. I love seeing guys do it. But both of them were fucking preps. BTW, Snake is moved to Gryffindor now. WTF, is that why you wanted condoms? I asked sadistically. See, I spelt that. Only you wouldn't give them to me, Lumpkin shouted angrily. Well, you should have told me, I replayed. You dimwit, Snake began to shoot angrily, and then I took out my black camera and took a pic of them. You could see that they were naked and everything. Well, excuse me, they both shouted angrily. What was that all about? It was to blackmail you, I snarked. So now next time you see me doing it with my boyfriend, you can't fucking rat me out or I'll show this to Dumbledore. So fuck off, you bastards. I started to run. They chased me, but I threw my wound at them and they tripped over it. Well, anyway, I went outside and there was Vampire looking extremely fucking hot. WTF, where's Draco? I asked him. Oh, he's being a fucking bastard. He told me he wouldn't come, Vampire said, shaking his head. You want to come with me to the concert? Then he showed me his flying car. I gasped. It was a black car. He said his dog father, Sirius Black, had given it to him. The license plate on the front said MCR 666 on it. The one on the back said Enoby on it. I gasped. We flew to the concert hall. MCR were there playing. Vampire and I began to make out, moshing to the music. I gasped looking at the band. I almost had an orgasm. Gerard was so fucking hot. He began to sing Helena, and his sexy, beautiful voice began to fill the hall. And then I heard some crying. I turned and saw Draco crying in a corner. End chapter 20. Oh my god. Guys, this was very exciting for me because I did not read that beforehand. So I didn't know it was coming. I enjoyed all the little jokes, and I think I should incorporate them into my own daily life now.